Hello everyone, this is Bruna from MindMath and I'm here to present to you our consultants custom plans. It was based on feedback of consultants around the world. If you have any question during my presentation, please feel free to interrupt me anytime, okay? So let's start. MindMath will provide you technology so you can enhance your portfolio with innovation. And of course, by doing this, the mining companies will start to recognize all the values of your project, and it will bring more servers to you, more implementation projects, and it will bring you more clients. It will bring you more clients to you and more business, and consequently, it will come more business to us too. So the idea is that MindMath will provide you benefits when this happens. So let's see some difference between the traditional technology and our technology. The first thing is that here we cannot input a processing capacity. Thus we have gaps problems between pits and these spikes on production. Here in Lash Grossman and Pseudoflow, we doesn't consider the value of money on time, so we have an undiscounted cash flow. And we also have predefined cutoff. So you have to input this value. And the revenue factor, you have to input 1, 2. And for each nested pit, you have one factor. For example, here we have if your material costs $1, you have for this pit $1. For this one here is 1.5, and this water for if it costs $3, so you have each pit costing one price. It generates a single sequence, so if the price of your commodity change, it will remain the same sequence. Using MindMath Lite is the first version, the basic version of MindMath. You can start to have production control. So you can see here the gap problem, it's solved. You have a discount cash flow, so the software will decide which area can be mined to give you the best profit. You have a cutoff optimization because the math optimization will happen, consider the ore production and the discount cash flow, and it will give you the best cutoff optimization. And also here, every time that you input a revenue factor, all the design, all the mine will be done with the same price. So for example, here you have a price of €1, $1 for each cave and changing for all sequence, and for nested pit, sorry. And here we have the same price. For example, this cave, this sequence is from the price of €1 for the product. So if you have another revenue factor, you can do another process, and you will have a lot of scenarios, multiple scenarios, and it can help you to decide which one is the best one. So you can make more assertive decisions. In MindMath Full is our other version of the MindMath. And here you can have all the possibilities that you had before and more. Here we can control not just the ore production, but you can control waste too. You have multiple destination. So for example, if you have a different materials being being collected in this mine, you can have one processing pilot and 2 or 3, how many you want, how many will be interested for you. Here we can add a limit for stockpiles. You can add constraints based on average and sum. So for example, you can put constraints related to the grade, to material type, to hours of equipment, every kind of constraint that you can imagine, you can add here. And here we can also add force and restrict mine. The first mine will be, for example, if you want to make this area available fast. So we add a surface here, and it will be a priority in your project. So for example, if you want to make space for put a crusher, or if you want to achieve faster a part of the ore body, you can use force mine. And to use restrict mine, it's for example when you have a community close to here. So you cannot access this area during the first period. So we add a surface here, and it will limit this part. And after, when we could access this area, this restriction will not be considered anymore. And the technology, the mind math technology, will understand this, and we will do your seconds based on it. And here we can also add variables of minimum bottom width, that is this distance here, based on the size of your equipment, the size that you need to work in this bottom here. And we also can input the minimum mining width, that is the distance, the horizontal distance between one cave and another cave. And we can add the minimum rate of advance here. Is the distance, the limitation to achieve this vertical part here. And doing all this, consider all these parameters, you can generate optimized schedules. With more details, this can represent an annual base, or if you want to put more detail, we can represent a month or trimester. So now we will start to talk about some cases that you can do here in MindMath. So if you know already which one will be the best solution for you, which thing are you looking for using MindMath, you can tell me, and we will talk more specific for your case, okay? So let's see the cases. Here we have the best case. So we will add an annual production. It can make the runtime increase a little bit because it's an annual production. And we also add here multiple roads. We can add a limit for stockpile. And we will let the mathematical optimization happen and give us the best cutoff optimization. It's important to understand that this case will give us a higher NPV, but in this moment, this is not something that we can achieve because we don't have any constraint, and in the reality we have a lot of, so this is more to have an idea for how much we can have from NPV. So a second case will be to generate pushbacks. Here we can achieve this case with a runtime decreasing, because we will do this pushback, and pushback is this mass. We define this a high mass, a cave with more mass. So we start to make this planning more operational. So here we can start to think about put access and ramps, this kind of thing, to make this cave more operational. So here we will add a high production capacity, for example, a material that we can process in one period in 5 years. So that's why the runtime will decrease a little bit. And here we will add a minimum bottom width and a minimum mine width. So that's why we have these forms that we don't have here. In this case, we can also add some refinements, so we can add a blending, some variables, but we should take care to don't control the total movement. In this third case, we will do optimized schedules by controlling the total movement. We will control this total movement production, and we will add all these other variables that we added before, and we will input the vertical rate of advance. So we'll define more based on annual production, for example. So we can have more detail. Can you see here? Now you have which is the priorities for start your mining. We can start to analyze CapEx assessment using all these results done by MindMath. And also, we can start to build decision trees, because we can input different parameters, different constraints, and see the difference of results for your project for each one. In all these cases, we can add refinement. And as we said before, in the first case, we have the upper NPV. And in the second one, we have an operational design where you can start to do your ramps, your assessments. And in the third case, we can start to have a long-term planning. So here, we decide what is the sequence inside the pushbacks. So we can also integrate the short time with the long-time planning, adding a surface of restriction and first mine. So doing this, we define an area and we can work just mining just inside this area here. Can you see here? So this is the integration. We will keep all the other part of the long-term term planning still. So we will not change anything here. We just work inside this part. So in this case, we can control mining from front, deciding which block will be mined. For example, in the limits, we will decide which is the limitation, which block will be this limitation. And we can also add more geometrical parameters so we can have a design optimization. So we will not have these high benches that is impossible to operate this. So this is some of the possibilities that we have on MindMath. And if you can see some possibility else, of course you can try with your project, and we will keep discussing which is the best ways for you, okay? So let's talk more about our consultants profiles. We have the on-demand, so the client will define when he will use it. So for example, you just pay for the time that you use. So if you buy now and you decide to operate it just in the next month, you will start to count your time just in the next month. And here we have a yearly offer. So it's the lower cost. You have the activation on demand too. And we have a subscription. Is the fully available and is the best pricing during the time, if you look a long time. First, let's talk about the on-demand. So here we have this normal price, that is what the mining companies pay. And for you, for the consultants, we have a different policy, so that's why you have this discount. So in this case, we have the month price, you have the week price for the month. So if you can use 1 month and pay in MindMath Lite just $450 US. And for the MindMath Full, you can have $1,350 US. So in this yearly offer, we have another discount too. So you will receive the MindMath Lite for free, and you will receive a MindMath Full paying with the month price, but you can use it all year. So you pay $207,000 US. And when you have this MindMath license Lite for free, you can have 2 users. So this is something really good for you in your company. So here is our quarterly contribution. So you have the demo for free just to check if all the functionality of MindMath will be used for you. And during your first quarter, you will pay just $250 US, and it will increase $250. So in the second quarter, we will pay $500 US, and the third one you will pay $750, and it will consequently increasing $250. So here we have a comparison between the subscription and the normal MindMath Full plus the MindMath Lite. So here is the price, the normal price bracket, and here is the first time you will pay just the demo, and after it will start to increase. And for the first year, here we have this comparison. For the first year, you will save $16,500 US, and in the second year you will save $12,500 US. And the idea is that you can cancel it anytime that you want. So if you decide to cancel here, we can decide, and you will not be charged plus for this. And the idea is that during more time, this will start to decrease. The price will start to decrease, and the idea is that one time it will be for free for you. So here we have a resume, a summary of all these options. In all then, you have MindMath demo for free, so you can test during this license will finish on 31 of December, the end of this year. So you can test it and see all the possibilities. And here is the price. So on the menu you pay the month, the week price during the month, and in the year you have this MindMath license Lite for free, and here is the other price. So because you will get more client and get more business using this, we have an offer for you when one mining company buy a license with us because you are using this with them. So when it happens, you will receive 1 year of MindMath Full for free, and it will happen for each referral that you will do. So if you have 2 mining companies buying a MindMath license full with you, you can have 2 years of MindMath Full for free. And that's all our proposing for you. And which one of these profiles do you think fits better for you? Okay. Thank you.